This imprisoned woman covered the surveillance camera, and then flipped the table over, twisted off a table. Special police officers with live ammunition on their legs. He's running out of time. I saw him mixing detergent and bleach together. Carefully insert the tissue soaked in liquid into the legs of the table. Finally, pour on the fire extinguisher. A simple rocket launcher is complete. He hid behind the wall quietly waiting for the opportunity. Taking advantage of the chaos at the scene, he stole a pistol, destroying surveillance along the way, successfully escaped after breaking the glass. The woman's name is Julie. For over a decade, he has been secretly lurking in the CIA. There are traitors within the organization, causing her identity to be exposed. That's why we had the ultimate escape we had earlier, and the task he received this time was assassinate the upcoming vice president at his funeral, Russian president. After getting rid of the CIA, she hurried home, discovering that her husband has been kidnapped. So immediately pack up your luggage. Prepare for transfer. Here, the CIA's personnel have been killed. But wait for them to break through the door. Julie has already escaped along the outer wall. After a fierce chase, Julie was caught on the overpass. As one door closes, another door opens. A truck passed under the bridge. She jumped into the car with all her might. Then it turns to a tank truck, then seized the opportunity to jump onto the pickup truck. Smooth escape, but the people from the CIA are closely following. Julie snatched a motorcycle first. Escape again. She came to the bathroom, found a bathroom, simple wound management, and then disguised himself and came to New York. Found the church hosting the vice president's funeral, start researching the institutions of the church, and made all the necessary preparations. He extracted venom from the spider. After debugging the remote control bomb weapon, be ready. The last step is to dye one's blonde hair black. Julie mixed in the crowd after her transformation the next day. This church is where he is about to assassinate the president of Russia. Everyone around has quit smoking. Even the subway station is crazy. Julie couldn't help but walk to the next newspaper. The newspaper began to smoke. Taking advantage of the commotion in the crowd, he escaped the eyes of security personnel, jumped off the subway. He studied the streets here last night. He successfully arrived at the basement of the church, stunned guard, and then set up the bomb. In a turn, I hit the pipe organ of the church. Here, the German president is giving a speech on stage. The scene suddenly became chaotic. Everyone was panicked. Julie took the opportunity to assemble a bomb, installed directly below the rostra, then detonate the bomb. The whole church was instantly in chaos. Julie walked up to the president. Without hesitation, pulled the trigger. The CIA rushed to the scene. Julie did not choose to resist. Instead they chose to lay down their weapons, voluntarily surrender. Quickly taken out of the church by the police, preparing to be transferred to the New York Police Department, Julie seized the opportunity to grab the police electric gun, quickly kicked the escorting police out of the car, control with an electric gun. The driver galloped all the way, under Julie's control, successfully escaped the pursuit and interception of other police cars. Ease out of chaos. He's really the Russian spy. He has been hiding in the CIA as an American agent for many years. Until yesterday, the old man who pretended to throw himself into the city appeared. He's the real boss of Julie. During interrogation, instructions for assassination operations issued by superiors using secret codes. The purpose is to break the peace, provoke war, and the rumors about the assassination organization are also true. Julie was given to an American at the age of 8, but he never dared to forget his identity. Today, he successfully completed the task. Just come and meet the organization. She hugged her boss. Then he pretended to be relaxed and asked, "My husband knew about him long ago when he was with you. My husband must have been taken by them. If you don't obediently complete the task, you won't be able to return your husband's life." As expected, to verify Julie's loyalty, they decided to kill Julie's favorite husband in front of her. Julie's husband is bound by his hands and feet. The boss ordered the water valve to be opened. The river keeps gushing out from below. The boss was staring at Julie with a dead eye. The subordinates on the side are also ready to shoot at any time. Watching her husband about to be submerged in water, Julie suppressed the sadness in her heart. Watching my husband drown, even if my heart keeps dripping blood, but she still withstood the pressure. Completed the test. The boss immediately assigned her the next task. But when the boss assigns the task, Julie suddenly took action. Crazy venting of anger with shattered wine bottles. After taking out the boss, she picked up a pistol. Take out a few grenades from the box. After removal, hide your thunder behind you. Started a bloody massacre. The female lead quickly met with the person who was waiting for her. "It's my childhood playmate, bald guy. He's going to assist Julie in assassinating the President of the United States this time." The two used their bald brother identity as a cover, successfully entered the White House. When the president appears, the bald man sacrificed himself, and the president to enter the bunker. He took off his false ear, lift up the mask that connects to the neck, and then pulled off the entire fake face. On the other side, security personnel escorted the president towards the elevator. Prepare to go to the underground fortress for safe haven. Julie is one step late. She forcefully pried open, closed the elevator door. The elevator has already left. He jumped down the elevator shaft without saying a word. Although still unable to catch up, Julie's heart is fierce, slid down the well wall. Everyone thought he was here to kill the president. Only he knows he's here to save the president. Soon he arrived at the bottom of the fortress. Just as the gate was about to close, Julie descended from the sky. Stunned guard. At the last moment, I crawled into the gate. After the president arrives at the command center, respond immediately to the attack. He believes that this is a blatant declaration of war. Decide to immediately increase combat readiness. Activate all nuclear weapons. Just then, the CIA discovered Julie during surveillance. Prepare to remove weapons and respond to threats. But never expected, a supervisor snatched a pistol. Fight to death. Crazy shooting with a submachine gun in hand. Kill all the staff. Leave only the president alive. He wants to threaten the president to aim the missile at the target he has given. After being rejected, the supervisor directly shot and killed the president. Here, Julie happened to come outside the door, shocked by what the supervisor did. She would never have thought of it. Someone who has been manipulating behind the scenes. It turns out that his supervisor started inputting the target of a nuclear attack, attempting to wage war in the name of the United States, thus infuriating the world to besiege the United States. Julie told the supervisor, join and work with him to complete great plans. Just as the supervisor was about to agree, suddenly broadcasted in the news, the German president is not dead. I have returned safely to my home country. At first, he was paralyzed by a spider poison, entering a state of suspended animation, and Julie's husband is the director of spider studies, understood everything. Turns out all of this was Julie's plan. He is tired of the life of a double agent. I originally wanted the Russian president to feign death. Pim's boss rescued her husband. As a result, my husband still died. He wants to prevent the supervisor's conspiracy from succeeding. The supervisor looked at her and said proudly, the female lead can't stop me. I will become a hero, and you are the scapegoat. He angrily shot at the glass shell. Glass is bulletproof. It's of no use at all. Can only break the control switch of the door. Forced to break in. 2 people have finished firing bullets. Start melee combat. Difficult to solve and difficult to distinguish. Special police rushed in. The female protagonist took the opportunity to knock down the supervisor, run and cancel the launch. Hit with a single shot. Fortunately, she was wearing a bulletproof vest, and the boss instantly regained loyalty. On one side is a respected supervisor, on one side are defecting agents. Special police officers escorted Julie away without saying a word. But when the 2 of them passed by, Julie suddenly jumps up with a counterattack. All just settles down. The CIA confirmed through the president's testimony and on-site evidence that Julie has been secretly helping her prevent the outbreak of World War. He wanted to thank Julie, but Julie, who had lost her husband, was disheartened. I took poison in front of her and committed suicide. Of course, this is one of her tricks. She pretended to have a toxic attack, take the opportunity to knock everyone unconscious, seize the door and flee, because he still has an unfinished task. In a secluded castle, a group of children are undergoing secret training. After the instructor looked at their materials, but a nun came along. Quietly sit down. The bullet hit the old man's leg. Next he tied it to a stone, sank to the bottom of the sea. You said this secret organization was finally buried in flames. Okay. This concludes the current period. Film side, remember to follow Shiakai. More exciting in the next issue.